2018, a year of reduced violent crime, increased community engagement, new tools and technology, abundant arrests, and a vow to always improve. Rockford Police Department is committed to keeping those we serve informed. Traditionally, we write up an annual report, but written words just don't do the department's successes justice. So this year, we want to show you just how hard our men and women in blue have worked in 2018.
Hello, I'm Dan O'Shea, the Chief of Police here at Rockford. Our 2018 community goals included improving community relations, improving on traffic safety, employee development, and enhancing our organizational development, and of course, and probably most important, is reducing violent crime, which we were able to do throughout the year in 2018.
Violent crime remains a chief concern for the city of Rockford, but the Rockford Police Department is pleased with the progress that we made in 2018. Violent crime dropped 11% from the year before. Domestic violence is to blame for approximately 1/3 of those incidents, and unfortunately we know it's often underreported. We saw an increase in the number of homicides last year, but we also saw an increase in our homicide clearance rate.
Detectives of the Rockford Police Department work diligently to hold those responsible for homicides accountable. Of the murders committed in 2018, more than 70% of those were cleared. That's nearly a 20% improvement in the murder clearance rate for 2017. Plus, more than 4,000 cases of all types were assigned to 60 detectives in the Investigative Services Bureau for follow-up. 1,200 of those cases resulted in arrests.
A new tool to the Rockford Police Department assisted in some of those investigations, including clearing 2 murders, ShotSpotter. ShotSpotter technology uses a series of small audio sensors strategically placed in the city to triangulate the sound and pinpoint the number of shots fired and their location. In 2018, the number of victims struck by gunfire decreased nearly 20%. Another category of violent crime that saw a drop is the number of aggravated assaults, down 10% compared to the year before.
While the number of violent offenses are on the decline, officers from the Rockford Police Department are working diligently to increase the seizure of illegal contraband on a regular basis. In 2018, Rockford police detectives recovered more than 1,800 grams of cocaine, 5,100 grams of heroin and fentanyl, and more than 82,000 grams of cannabis. Not only did we recover dangerous narcotics, but officers also took 223 firearms off the streets.
To carry out the work, we have more than 300 dedicated sworn officers on the Rockford Police Department. Among them are scope officers who assist the Patrol Division, Detective Bureau in carrying out special assignments and their own investigations. The 2 scope teams made nearly 550 arrests in 2018. They also conducted human trafficking details and worked on the focused deterrent initiatives, which zeroes in on the individuals behind the most violent crimes in the city.
Working behind the scenes with every officer and every detective throughout the organization is our intelligence unit. Our intelligence unit provides up-to-date information and investigative tips to all the officers to help resolve crimes in a more immediate fashion. From surveillance to cell phone data extractions, obtaining search warrants, and providing confidential informants, the intelligence unit was crucial in solving many of our high-profile cases and the key that led to many arrests and charges of at least a dozen people last year. The Intel unit has a new tool at its disposal, which we refer to as the RISC, or the Rockford Intelligence Special Operations Center. Inside the center, a video wall that combines various computer programs with more than 160 cameras across the city.
The Rockford Police Department SWAT team was called into service a total of 12 times over the course of the last year.
Come out of the house with your hands up.
Investigations in which the Special Weapons and Tactics team was used range from high-risk search warrants to high-risk arrest warrants. This group of specially trained officers also assisted other agencies in the area when needed and even responded during the June 2018 flood event.
In 2018, Rockford Police added a 6th dog to our canine unit thanks to community support and generous fundraising efforts. The canines located more than 60 fleeing or hidden suspects, The K-9 unit is responsible for 231 arrests and the recovery of nearly 40 firearms. While these dogs have a nose for sniffing out crime, they are also active in the community. Our canines and their handlers conducted 41 demonstrations throughout the state line.
Last year, the Rockford Police Department responded to over 160,000 calls for service, of which 110,000 of those calls patrol officers responded to. Instead of seeing people just on their worst day, as is many times the case when we respond to calls for service, we strive to go out and meet the community on other times and other days where we can just have regular conversations.
High fives, everybody.
Our community service officers in all 3 districts hosted a variety of events in 2018, including the National Night Out, kickball games, bingo, trunk or treat, basketball games, neighborhood cleanups, and various other neighborhood meetings, and so many other projects. All of our officers strive to interact with those who serve in a positive way daily. However, our new ROC officers do it 24/7. Our ROC officers, otherwise known as the Resident Officer Community Keeper Program, is staffed 24/7. We plan to expand on the ROC officer program in the coming years and spread it out throughout the city. I'm extremely proud to have brought this program here, and I'm very, very pleased with the results that we're getting from it.
Community policing is vital for the officers who make up the Rockford Housing Authority unit. They work with not only the residents on a daily basis, but also the Boys and Girls Club and the managers and staff of the Rockford Housing Authority. Through events like Candy Canes for Kids, puzzle building, bingo, and sporting programs, the officers are creating a safer environment for all Rockford Housing Authority residents. The Rockford Police Department knows that curtailing crime starts with the youngest residents. Kids in the Rockford Public Schools are constantly in contact with our school resource officers. Even during the summer of 2018, the school resource officers held various programs to keep children active, including our Community Kids Zone, 2 youth safety camps, and 2 youth police academies. The school resource unit also completed its 3-year goal of ALICE training in all District 205 schools, and branched out into the community to also teach churches and businesses what to do in active shooter situations. School resource officers made 235 arrests in 2018.
Thousands upon thousands of vehicles swarm the city of Rockford streets every day. Whether responding to an accident or trying to prevent one, officers in the Rockford Police Department's traffic unit work diligently to protect those commuting around Rockford. In 2018, traffic officers made 490 DUI arrests, the most in the state of Illinois. Traffic investigator Andrew Hartman made 119 of those DUI arrests, and he received the Top Cop Award from the Alliance Against Impaired Motorists. The traffic unit participated in the Illinois Department of Transportation's enforcement campaigns and issued 749 citations. In 2018, the department had 2 additional traffic crash reconstructions certified by the state and also invested in drone technology for serious or fatal accident investigations. Last year, the traffic team was called out to 20 different crashes that resulted in 15 fatalities and 5 serious injury cases.
While we measure and guide our use of force, we work on training programs with the officers throughout the year to ensure that we're using best practices. Use of force refers to the amount of effort required by police to compel compliance by an unwilling subject. In 2018, the Rockford Police Department had approximately 630 reports of use of force. We're very proud to say that of those 630 use of force reports, only 5 resulted in excessive force complaints. All were found non-substantiated. The officers were cleared of wrongdoing in those incidents. Police officers go through extensive training every year, and our training division covers topics such as use of force. The training unit has developed, tested, and implemented state-certified 40-hour curriculum that includes tactical medicine, CPR and first aid, advanced firearms training, defensive tactics, active shooter response, procedural justice, and mental health awareness. Additionally, the training unit conducted 3 200-hour advanced core skill academies for our newly hired and lateral transfer officers. This course prepares all of our new officers for the transition from their field training process and enhances our public safety by giving them advanced community skills prior to them contacting Rockford citizens. In 2018, the training unit also began the development and implementation of a rescue task force that collaborates with the Rockford Fire Department and local independent emergency medical services to respond in major crisis situations with our officers.
The Rockford Police Department is proud to have an honor guard that consists of 19 officers and is extremely active throughout the Rockford area. Last year, the Rockford Police Department Honor Guard participated in 56 events, including swearing in and promotional ceremonies, wakes, funerals, various flag postings, parades, and events during Police Memorial Week. These officers also attended the Minnesota Law Enforcement Memorial Association Honor Guard Training Camp, which is a one-week program.
I'm very proud to be in charge of this organization. The men and women that serve, whether it be sworn officers or non-sworn personnel, are 100% dedicated and committed to being professional and always working with the community members to make Rockford the great city that it should be. We have a long way to go. We still have too much violent crime. We still have too much property crime. But we continue to drive those down year after year and almost double digits, almost up to 20% in the last 3 years. Those are good, right direction steps. However, we got a long way to go. And the only way we're going to do it is to have good cooperation and build trust with our community members.